Welcome. In this session, you'll be guided into a calm, focused state of relaxation where your mind can open to positive suggestions and healing thoughts. Do not listen to this recording or participate while driving, operating machinery, or performing any task that requires your full attention. This meditation induces a state of focused awareness and deep relaxation, which may impair your ability to respond to your current environment. The following session is intended for relaxation, personal development, and general well-being. It is not a substitute for medical or psychological treatment. If you have a diagnosed mental condition or are currently under the care of a physician or are unsure if this meditation is right for you, please consult a qualified professional before proceeding. Thank you. Take a deep breath in and slowly let it go. And as you do that, you might begin to notice something or nothing at all, because sometimes even the breath knows when it's time to release. And there may be a part of you, perhaps a quiet part, that's been waiting for just a little space to settle without having to try too hard or even try at all. You don't need to hold on to anything right now, and it might be interesting to just wonder what it's like when there's nothing more to figure out. No need to be anywhere else, because you've already arrived right here in this very moment. And maybe this moment is just enough. And as you notice the way your shoulders begin to drop on their own, or with a little help from gravity, you may discover how good it can feel to just let go a little or a lot. Maybe your jaw softens. Maybe your hands find a place to rest. And maybe your breath slows down all by itself. The way water settles when it's left undisturbed. And as that stillness grows in its own way and in its own time, your mind gently wanders, a gently quiet place, or simply pause. You might even find that something inside you is beginning to listen in a new way, as if your whole body is remembering how to feel light, how to float a little without going anywhere at all. And as you rest here, noticing whatever you notice or nothing at all, you can simply allow yourself to drift into whatever experience is ready to unfold in front of your eyes. Because sometimes it's in the moments where we do nothing that something important begins to happen, and you don't need to know what that is just yet. Imagine now that you're standing beside a slow, wide river, or perhaps lying beneath an open sky, and there's no need to choose because your mind can drift between both places or somewhere else entirely different. Wherever it feels most comfortable, most natural, there's a soft breeze, just enough to remind you that the air is calm, held in a kind of quiet knowing, and maybe you take a few slow steps closer to the riverbank, noticing the gentle firmness of the ground beneath your feet, the way it supports you without effort, and how each step can become a little slower, a little steadier, a little more present. Or perhaps you're lying on the soft earth, watching the clouds move in slow patterns above, shifting without hurry, drifting without direction, and yet always in motion. And in this space, whatever it looks like for you, you might just begin to sense a kind of settling, as if your whole body has permission to rest now. You can feel the breath move in gently and move out even more gently, like the rhythm of the river or the wind passing through tall grasses. With each breath, you may begin to notice that being here feels easy, natural, like something you've always known. And with every slow inhale, you gather what you need. And with every slow exhale, you release without needing to try, without needing to know exactly what's beginning to happen inside you and what all things you're beginning to let go. Because sometimes it just happens on its own. And the more you notice, the more it's okay to drift, to pause, to soften, even more than before. You might find there's a deep stillness beneath everything, a silence that holds you, a quiet that welcomes you back home. And in that space, you can stay as long as you need, or even longer, just breathing, just being, and letting that gentle sense of ease unfold all on its own. begin to bring to mind a thought, or perhaps a worry, something you've been holding on to, maybe for a long time, or maybe just recently. No need to fix it. No need to analyze it or explain it. Just allow it to be here for a moment, like noticing a bird perched quietly on a distant branch. You don't need to approach it. Just observe it gently, kindly, from where you are. And as you notice it, you can hold it softly, not grasping, not resisting, just recognizing that it's there. And that for now, it's enough simply to notice. And then, in your own time, you might imagine placing it gently on a leaf that's resting on the surface of the river, or maybe on a cloud drifting across the sky. There's no rush. You can take your time, watching how it moves, how it's carried, how the water knows just where to go, how the sky knows how to hold and release. And you don't need to do anything more. Because you know what to remember. The river knows how to carry what you have given it, and the wind knows how to move what's been let go. And perhaps you begin to remember that you too, in your own quiet way, know how to let go. You've done it before in dreams, in quiet moments, even without realizing it. And now, as you place one thought, one feeling, one burden after another onto the flowing river or into the open sky, you may begin to feel something slowly shifting, something softening, a little more space, a little more lightness inside. And if it helps, you can whisper to yourself or just feel the words in your heart. I let go of what I no longer need. I let go of what I no longer need. I let go of what I no longer need. I release with kindness. I release with kindness. I release with kindness. I return to stillness. I return to stillness. I return to stillness. And every time you breathe out, it's like a small letting go, a gentle release, a return to something quieter and something simpler. And there's nothing you need to do, nothing to force, because the breath, the body, the mind already know how to return to calm, to clarity, to peace. And it's okay to come back here whenever you need to, whenever you're ready, because this place, this stillness is always waiting for you. And now you might begin to imagine your hand gently opening, not forcing, not pushing, not even trying really, just letting it happen in its own time, in its own way, just like a flower opens to the sun, not because it must, but because it feels safe and because it's ready, and the light from the sun invites it to open up. That is what letting go feels like. Not control, not effort, just the soft unfolding of trust. Trust in the process, trust in yourself, trust that you don't have to hold it all the time, and perhaps you begin to sense that this quiet act, this opening, creates a kind of space, an open space where something new can enter, a breath of fresh air, a soft insight, a kind of lightness you forgot you were missing. Because sometimes it's not what we carry, but what we are willing to set down that frees us. And the hand knows this, the body knows this. You have known this before. In moments when you exhaled without even realizing you were holding your breath. And so now, as your hand opens in your mind's eye, perhaps your heart opens just a little too. Perhaps your thoughts become just a bit quieter, as if they too are ready to soften their grip. You don't have to drop everything all at once. Just one thing, one weight, one old belief, one worry. And when you're ready, you can imagine placing that thing in the palm of your hand and letting it rest there lightly without any judgment. And then whenever it feels right, you might just allow it to drift away, carried by the breeze or the river, or simply released into the quiet. And you may discover that the more you release, the more room there is inside for peace, for stillness, for something new, because letting go is not about losing, it's about allowing. And in this very moment, you are already beginning to allow more space for what truly matters. And now, in this soft open space you have just created, this space of ease, of quiet, of presence, you can simply allow a gentle intention to take root. There is no need to force it, no need to make anything happen, because the other part of you already knows how to receive what's meaningful and let go of what no longer serves you. So you might just allow this intention to gently rise and settle somewhere deep within. I let go with love. I trust what comes next. I let go with love. I trust what comes next. I let go with love. I trust what comes next. And even if you don't say it out loud, if you don't try to remember it, that part of you, the part that listens even when you're not paying attention, knows exactly how to hold it. Like a seed in good soil, you may not notice right away how that intention begins to echo gently through the corners of your awareness, in your thoughts, in your choices, in the way you speak to yourself. And as you move through the hours, the days, you may find that letting go becomes easier, more natural. The trust feels a little closer. A little more possible, because you've already begun. The intention is planted, the space is open, the rocket is launched, and something new is quietly taking shape beneath the surface in just the right time, and just the right way, so you can simply rest now, knowing that what needs to unfold will, and that you are already right where you need to be. And now, in this calm, safe space, gently ask yourself, what am I ready to release, to make space for what truly matters? What am I ready to release, to make space for what truly matters? What am I ready to release, to make space for what truly matters? There is no rush for an answer, no need to search, because your conscious mind may not need to know what the other mind already understands. Sometimes clarity comes like a whisper. Sometimes it arrives like the falling of leaves, natural, effortless, and inevitable. What's ready to fall away will, in its own time, in its own gentle way. And from now on, whenever you begin to feel tension rising or the weight of the world creeping back onto your shoulders, you can simply press pause, close your eyes, take a slow, steady breath in. You might imagine effortlessly a single leaf drifting along a wide, quiet river, or a cloud floating weightlessly across an endless sky. And then, as you exhale, gently begin to tell yourself, I let this go. I let this go. I let this go. That's it. Just those 4 words, like an inner doorway opening again and again. And every time you do this, it will become easier, more familiar, more natural, because your mind remembers, your body knows how to release, because letting go was never about giving up. It's about coming back to yourself, to the quiet, to the clarity, to the deep knowing that you don't need to hold on so tightly, that you can just trust yourself, that you can trust life, that whatever comes next, you'll meet it with a little more space inside, a little more softness, and a little more peace. And now, As you prepare to return, bring with you the softness, the stillness, the space. Remember the tree, remember the cloud, remember to let go whenever something worries you. I'll count from 1 to 5. With each number, you become more aware, more refreshed, more free. 1. Returning to the breath. 2. Feeling the body supported. 3. Moving fingers, toes, move your head right to left and left to right. 4. Bringing in clarity and lightness. 5. Eyes wide open. When you're ready, calm, grounded, and release. Wake up, wake up, wake up now.